Hanging out with Clement
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
How do you deal with the pressure though? Because you know that in this space we are called all sorts of names.
Yeah.
You know, people want to place you.
Oh,
I mean, one time now I'm an Action SA, what supporter. Then I'm an EFF supporter. Then I'm a DA supporter. Then I'm ANC.
You're currently in your DA hat.
I don't know what am I hearing now?
Era.
I think now I'm in my DA era apparently, and then I'll move. How do you deal with that? Because I think for me it says people can't place you, which is a good thing.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. So every day when people are like, yeah, you're just a shrill for the ANC. Hey, you're just an EFF this. Hey, you're just a white monopoly. I'm perfectly fine because it means that you don't understand who and what I am as a person.
You were a journalist at some point.
I'm a Tumamina journalist. Yeah, I was called a minion. I've been called everything under the sun. Oh, we're not at that choo-choo. Oh, we're not really choo-choo. Every day it changes and I'm comfortable. I hope they know that. Yeah. I'm very comfortable with that. I'm even comfortable with the insults and the body shaming because I loved Dr. Naledi Pando. I bumped into her at an ANC event and I was asking about the attacks she has around her position when she was minister. And I'll never forget her saying to me, the last resort of a scoundrel is insults. It's the last refuge of a scoundrel. And it made so much sense to me. I'm like, because well, you've got nothing else to say to me. Nothing. You don't understand anything about me. What's been weird, very quickly, the interviews with American comment journalists. I said to somebody, it's like, there's nothing there that I said that is remotely different from what I would have said on any given day. That's actually what I would have said because these are the objective facts. Someone's like, no, I've never heard you. I'm like, because you think Twitter is my career.
That's it.
You think Twitter is who I am as a person. It's an extension of my work or my thoughts, and it isn't. You see people in very tiny moments and you imagine that's where you box us, and that's where you fail to understand people.
I'm gonna tell the listeners what you had said. I mean, you didn't say it publicly, but you'll deal with it.
What did I say?
No. You know, we were talking, and people were congratulating you about the incredible work you did on our group, on our other work group.
The
other work group, the other journalism group, our politics group.
The politics group with the politics
and
team,
you responded to some, and I even said to you, I liked what you said because I think that's what people don't really get. There are people who are sitting somewhere, they're tweeting, and they think they're affecting the price of your bread, and they think they've got so much influence on you. And you said, someone was like, "Oh, because you were trending, I think for like a whole day or two after that interview you did with the American went viral," and you said, well, actually, those people's minds can change any day. So I don't put a lot of appreciation on what people say about me now, especially on those streets, because they love you today. Tomorrow, they're going to come and say nasty things towards you. But how do you deal? Because there are some people on social media who think because they've body shamed you or because they've said something nasty, they think you are somehow... Your life has ended. They control you that much. That's people believe that.
Like you're now under the covers.
You're dead because they've said this.
There's a joke between our friend Masa and I. Masa, I don't know what tiff unfolded on Twitter, and her and I were involved. And Masa was like, "You sure?" Somewhere shaking, like all these people. And she's like, "Then there's TD posting flowers from my mother's garden." And she's like, "How is this who you are?" And I said, "Because that's not my reality." My pinned tweet is a little bunny that Masa actually sent me that says, I think it says every day when I choose violence. And I'm like, yes.
That's why
if you're trying to understand me, that's actually who I am. I'm at peace in the chaos. It doesn't it doesn't affect the price of anything in my worldview. My life goes on, and that's that.
That's fascinating. I always just think these people think like they think they've got a lot of influence.
Anonymous peanut gallery.
And then they tweet, and they think your world ends, and you just block because that's not
also
what you're
blocking
there for.
Is a wonderful tool.
How amazing is blocking? There's an
the biggest troll is the one who told me block these people.
That's the most beautiful
thing. Once at some point I thought that you must give people the right to say their piece, give them the democracy, and he then said to me, that doesn't give them the right to abuse you. And that's a very important thing to learn is actually you're right to criticize my work. I'll take criticism any damn day, but what you're not going to do is to reduce me and disrespect me.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's I want people to get to know you as Tshidi Madia, because these things they know about politics and stuff. And one of the ways to get to know Tshidi, guys, is through song. Tshidi has an appreciation of music. I remember I love Jasmine Sullivan, And you know how I started loving Jasmine Sullivan?
No.
I've even recorded a song. Remember, Abel, I recorded a song. I did a cover of Jasmine Sullivan's song. And you know, when I first heard Jasmine Sullivan, we were driving as our friends, me, you, Vex, Aldrin. We had gone on a weekend away in KZN, and we were driving to the airport. And you and Aldrin, I think, were playing Jasmine Sullivan. It's definitely not Vex who's going to play Jasmine Sullivan.
No, not him.
But there's always been this music that I've been introduced to.
I introduced you guys to Fat Freddy's Drop.
Yeah, you did.
I took you guys to the concert.
We went to the concert.
I was so intent that this is the right way to go. Yeah.
Well, guess what's Tsidi's favorite song, everybody? Well, don't guess anymore. Mkharinde. Yibiri.
Sister Bettina. All right. In the meantime, oh shit, it's happening tonight. In the place to be. Yibiri.
Why is this your favorite song?
My forever favorite. Like if you go groove and I'm tired, if you put this on, I will turn back.
And you listen to the original version, obviously.
Don't judge me for any version of the song that I
listen to. And you sing to the lyrics?
Ever since the song came out, it's been a constant in my life. I have it on all my playlists. I don't care. Like Sister Bettina is my jam. Please judge me whichever way you want.
Do you sing to the lyrics of the original version? Yo, Tshidi Madia. Here's some WhatsApp voice notes coming on 072 702 and 702.
Hi, Clement and the team. Tshidi, I am so inspired and I admire you so much. Girl, you are a total influence. Wow, you amaze me, especially that last interview that you were in with that American journalist. Whew, you washed it clean, mopped him clean. Yo, I love you so much, and I really think you do an amazing job. And thank you for standing your ground, because you help us to stand our ground. And I admire you.
Oh man, Clement, you have my favorite, my darling, my favorite political journalist right there, man. I love that lady. I love Tshidi so much. And of course, oh man, the love for her just went sky high when she destroyed that arrogant US journalist. Wow, Tshidi. Man. I wanted to jump through the screen and kiss you right there. Well done, and know that we love you so much. We love your work. We love you, your personality and your intelligence, of course. Moses.
Yeah. Do you remember when you came back from that interview with that American?
Oh my goodness. You know what's funny about that interview? It blew up while I was in transit. Yeah. But when I did the interview initially, I told you about it and I wasn't happy.
I came to your room
at
the hotel.
Yeah.
Because we were supposed to record a thing for my show.
Something for your show.
And then you said they're about to pick you up for an interview. And I said, okay, we'll do my show live.
Yeah.
And then you went and I asked you, how was it? And you're like, I don't even want to tell you.
Yeah. I was so miffed about that interview. I was so angry. So on the phone, when that interview was being arranged, I actually said to them, no, I just come from doing the CNN, and they've seen me on CNN, and they were like, oh my God, we just have to have you. I then speak to my boss, Nisa Ali, upstairs, and I say, these Americans are now asking, but the thing with American media is it's a pendulum. It could go either way. So I'm not sure who these people are. I've never heard of them. News Nation. She does a quick search and goes, you know what? I think they're moderate. Let's go. So I then go, you know what? This lady's trying to convince me. I need to manage Clement in my head. I'm thinking about your show. I'm also thinking about news because it's still early hours.
File.
Yeah, I had to file for morning.
Yes.
I had a 25-hour day that day, okay? And then I go to that channel and I see Chris Kumo. If you remember him from CNN, he was fired. I didn't know he had swung towards the right with his coverage. So I think, middle of the road, I can do this. So I go, that guy asked me the first question and I just looked at him and I thought,
what's going on here?
You don't know me. I was like, I'm born ready for a fight. I'm born ready to set you straight and I'm going to tell you who we are. So I was like, you don't need to invite me twice. I'm ready. I'm born ready for you. So that was that weird interview.
Okay, let's go to Nwaku in Polokwane. Nwaku, good morning Tobel.
Hi, Clement, how are you? You are with Lega Emranok.
A re gona ke ngwanyana lena wa mopedi lena o tswa Limpopo gona mo.
Ke khaitsedi o re dile ka go loka mona. Pele ga setšhaba, pele ga lefase, se seng setšhaba, pele ga lefase. Hey, that woman, we are with a legend. Ya bo Tshidi. Take your 5 roses from Waku. Take your 5 roses, sis. You deserve them. You represented us very well. Trump, JD Vance, and their journalists, they're still choking on a humble pie. I'm telling you. You humbled them and you gave them the true side of South Africa. I'm very, very thankful. Second point I'd like to find out from you, Tshidi. You and Juju, where do you... because it is like this homeboy, home girl kind of relationship. Julia say you hate each other, you like each other. I don't know.
I don't hate Julius. I don't hate Julius in any way. I don't hate anyone on the political scene. It would take so much to invest in that kind of emotion towards a politician. I don't hate from my President Jacob Zuma. I went to his house and had supper with him, for goodness sake.
He promised you a cow.
He owes me a darn cow. So I don't have the capacity of hate. And I do realize that people read my relationship or how Julius relates to me very differently. I think there were moments where it does feel like he has a soft spot for me, but trust me, there's no proximity, there's nothing. He's just another politician.
Yeah.
I think sometimes he misuses, because he's a gifted politician.
Oh, absolutely.
And sometimes I think it's misplaced and needs redirection from time to time. But all of our politicians, if you look at them across the board, there's a place where you can go, if I can just whisper, don't do this, do that. You know? There's nothing I want to say.
But Julius Ochwa, not Muleji.
Oh, honey, I don't know.
Yeah, no, but home, and Abel, where's Julius's home? Seshiro.
Like
Your
just
family, I know, but your family is from Limpopo.
Yes, it's got many ties in Limpopo to many people.
In Limpopo there,
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she's a Limpopo girl, Mwako. Caesar, you're in Sharpeville. Good morning.
Good morning, Clement.
Hey, Tada.
Hey, man, or I thought Tshidi will introduce herself by saying, I was born here and then my parents and so on and so on.
Re, Clara.
I cover parties. Since
yeah,
I always wanted to know
her
relationship with Tshidi Madia. Brother Tshidi Madia, we are all in the pirates camp. So I thought maybe Kim Radwa Tshidi Madia or Mutlo.
Oh, I see it.
Amadia, we are free and fun between. I won't be surprised if there is a link.
Some relation.
You know, there are people who message me like, Makosinim Kwicha once DM me, it's like, I've always wanted to ask you whether or not we are related, Tshidi. And I was like, I don't know. I'll ask my dad. So I could say maybe you'll find that ultimately, I always say that people are connected in one way or another, especially about the north. So now I won't be surprised.
Yeah. So, but I suppose what he's also asking is Ochwakai. Where did you grow
I'll
up?
give you that in a heartbeat. I was born, and I say this very often. If you listen to me, I'm a proud girl from Ikuruleni.
Wow.
My parents, Silas and Matlo, the late Matlo, I was born in Foslo. My parents lived down on Para Street in Foslo. Their background, of course, is Limpopo. My mother is the granddaughter of Deacon Silas at the Subiaco Missionary in Ramolepo.
Granddaughter of a deacon.
That's right. I own it. You make fun of me about that all the time. But yeah, so my parents are from the East. My roots are very much in the East. I still live in the East Rand. I grew up, for the most part, if you know me, from Leondale. That's why I complain about the potholes there all the time. When I go see my dad still stays there. My family still stays there. I don't live too far from them. But ultimately, if you wanted to define me, I always define myself as a Kuruleni girl.
So you guys were the first friends I met in Joburg who live in Joburg. So when I met you guys,
who are born from here, who are
born from here, yeah, because
actually in the friendship group, it's just me. Aldrin's from Velkom.
Yeah, but he grew most of the time in Joburg.
Vex is from Limpopo.
Yeah,
I was born.
But the awkwardness for me was I used to leave every time I would go home at December, and then you guys are remaining, and I used to find that so awkward because I used to think, who are these people? Like, because I've never thought that there are people who grew up in Joburg coming from the village. I always thought all of us are from the villages and we somehow arrive here to make a living.
And then go back
And when I used to
home.
go home for Christmas and you guys are like, no, we are
we're
here.
going to Christmas, which is 5 minutes from
5
my
minutes,
place.
it was always so weird. All right, it's 10:31. Let's get the latest in our Witness News headlines. Tshidi Madia is on our Hanging Out feature this morning. We're getting to know her much better. If you've got questions for her, including all these marriage proposals here that are coming through, I'll start with your calls and WhatsApps after the break.
Hanging Out with Clement
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
23 minutes before 11 o'clock. Today we are hanging out with Tshidi Madia, EWN Politics Editor, the host of Politricking with Tshidi Madia, and we're just giving her flowers because she deserves them. And thank you so much for your comments also coming through on YouTube. I see a lot of you are like, I'm here on YouTube because I heard you say Tshidi is in there. I'm now because I wanted to watch this. So if you're not watching and you want to check out the interview, go watch on 702 YouTube page, and then you can watch this conversation as it happens here in studio. I still want us to play some music. I want us to talk more and get to know you better. But let me just take some quick calls first. Let's start with, is that Mahlase? Good morning, Mahlase.
Good morning.
Hi.
Favorite journalist. Oh, wow. I am so happy at this moment and really, really so proud. But I had to call in. Clement, I know you said quick. I don't know how to do quick, but I'm going to try. I really wanted to say, I really don't want Tshidi to be defined by the interview last week. Because that gentleman did not know journalism. Or he thought an African lady and a tiny African country did not deserve ethical journalism. But I think we must celebrate Tshidi because of her phenomenal contribution to journalism. I first met her at some weird conference of the
Richards
SAC.
Bay.
Some village in Richards Bay. But I had the honor to start working with Tshidi at News 24 and I think it was around 2016.
Yeah.
And it was the most rewarding time of my life, and I was so proud to also have been able to bring you into EWN. But I wanted to say this to everybody. Thank you very much for 2017, because, Clement, I told Tshidi, I hear the ANC is having its elective conference, but I'm also getting married. So you're going to have to hold the fort. So I'm going to take this opportunity and say to everyone, thank you very much for that year, because I don't think I would have been able to do it. But Tshidi, you have really stood the test of time. The one thing I love about you is your curiosity, your confidence, but also just your deep understanding of what journalism is and what journalism means. You are never about chasing the headlines. You are always about, but where is the truth? And it's not an either-or situation. It's always an and so what, and for. And it's those questions that you are able to ask that gets us to think and to get South Africans to think differently about their country. You are a hard worker. You never go to bed until the story goes to bed. I think the two of you, when I knew I had the two of you in the room, I probably got to sleep better, especially after I had a baby, because I knew you guys would figure it out, and in the morning I'd have to wake up and resolve it. So that I'm really grateful. You guys have done, Tshidi, you've done amazing work. I mean, the interviews with the president, calling him to account, especially when he's not available, or even any of the other political parties. I really want to say to you, you have to keep at it. I know I'm always hard on you because sometimes you get into your head, but you have so much to give to this country, and you are important to the younger journalists, because we have to tell them that it's not about the headline. Yes, it's not easy. Political reporting in this country is treacherous. The men are often awful, but you have pushed and you have continued at it, and I think you know that you have earned the respect across the board. The public gimmicks that we see from certain political parties are never going to define you. You have to keep asking the hard questions. Really proud of you and keep working at it. The two of you keep doing well. Really, really proud of you guys.
Mahlatsi, thank you so much. That's Mahlatsi Mahlase, the former editor-in-chief at
of
EWN.
My former politics editor.
Your former politics editor.
She's my forever
24.
boss. I always call her my forever boss because I
Yeah.
still call Klatsi.
Yeah.
Oh man, I still call Klatsi and I pick her brain about work,
Yeah.
personal, about everything, and I'll fight it through with her still.
Yeah.
She still deals with. When I fight with Alpha and Tabisa, I laugh when they fight me because I know what it's like to be that younger journalist who's fighting my
With the
boss on an
editor.
idea.
Yeah.
Because I've always been that person. It's got me in trouble.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be any other person. I wouldn't
Yeah.
have it any other way.
Temba, you are in Joburg. Hi.
Thanks, Clement. Yeah, Tshidi,
It's a-
now that your former boss from Pentec,
Yes,
we studied together. Yes, we studied together. That he came after me. That she has spoken and made a lengthy speech. I'm going to be short, crisp, sharp, and succinct. One thing, what you've been doing and have done all the years that I've been seeing and monitoring you and other journalists is that you have dispelled this notion of celebrity journalism that sometimes gets into the heads of most of the journalists. That's something that we need to deal with. Two, what you have done and you've been doing also, and most of the colleagues, especially with Zianda last week, is that you have shown that journalism is about patriotism. What you've done, you have dispelled that myth from certain politicians who normally views journalists as the enemy. Finally, I can say that I'm proud that last week this week at the press council, I said we haven't done enough to celebrate women in the media, past and present. We are currently working on a project. It's making me, I'm not sleeping literally, to work on that project to ensure that we honor and celebrate women in the media since the last decade, even before. Thank you very much, and keep on doing the good work, colleagues.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Temba. In Johannesburg. Someone wanted to know, what do you do for fun? So when you are not busy going after politicians and listening to the news and filing and leading your politics
You
team,
know, I love to swim.
What
I
do you do?
love me at the pool. I love to swim. It's my downtime. It's where I distress. In fact, until I had a knee injury about a year ago, it was what you knew I would be. And in particular mornings, I'd be in the pool. I love to read. I'm a person of my family. I'm very family heavy. Like, you know that you'll find me a lot, either with my cousins or my siblings or the nieces and nephews. Got a gang of nieces and nephews, so I spend a lot of time with family. I tend to do a lot of like weird hikes and walks as well with friends. Again, with family a lot. I do a lot of family stuff. And then I do read. I try to read for leisure. I'm currently trying to study. I'm busy with state formations. It is kicking my caboose, trying to manage
join
this
the
and
club.
that. Oui, man, oui, man. So yeah,
yeah, and at some point as friends, we used to travel a lot. We've grown now that there's no time.
We can't even make time for supper. Do you guys realize we're struggling to find a day for dinner? We'll be going, can we maybe, or maybe this one, no, this one is trying, no, this one. We can't even find a day.
But
to
we used
have
to enjoy that.
dinner.
We used to travel a lot as friends, and you love traveling yourself.
Yes, I do enjoy traveling.
Okay, another song quickly before we go to some more calls and WhatsApps as well. What should we do? Toast?
I think you must play Toast because that speaks to my other love.
Yeah, which is?
I love dance hall. I used to be a girl at Horror Cafe.
Yeah.
at Baseline.
I've heard
Raga
that
nights.
during your UJ days.
Yeah, I was.
You were called Rowdy.
Every Thursday.
You were in
without
Melville.
fail. I used to start on a Thursday until Sunday in the clubs. So I've had my time. I used to my family used to say Orata Strata. I like Rata Strata. Like, when family events happen at my dad's, when the relatives leave, I'm also like, bye guys. Like, where are you going? I'm like,
is that why when she's probably gonna kill me for this? But is that why when we are with friends, you are the last one to actually like? How do I put this? So when we're having drinks, who's the first to pass out? You are the last man standing, always. Well, yeah.
Because I can handle my liquor. Leave me alone.
Yeah, well, you've had a whole practice in UJ. 4 days a week. I didn't have that. So I would be the first one to go. I don't
drink as much
anymore.
as I was when I was younger. I mean, I don't party as much either. Life gets demanding and you must grow up. Yeah. So I grew up. Yeah. But maybe that's why I could handle my liquor a little better than some people.
Because when we're chilling,
i.e. somebody sitting across from me.
Yeah, I'm like, after 2 drinks, I'm done. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. All right, here's Toast.
702. This is Madlo, and I am here to show the love and appreciation of my aunt, Tshidi Madia. She has been doing phenomenal in her field during these many years, and I think that is visible through her labor, and the fruits of her labor are surely are visible. And we love you, Auntie. Bye. Have a good day.
How did
Oh,
you find my human? That's my
Matlo is my
ultimate human. I
person.
know.
I'll find her any day.
I
She's
spoke
so
to
grown.
her.
Listen, she's
I spoke to her. She
phenomenal.
didn't say anything to me about Uncle. She just said to me, "Oh, if you see Uncle," I said to her, "I'm going to see Uncle Clement. I'm going to work. I'll say hi to Uncle Clement. Nothing more. Nothing more." Matlo's a traitor, but
Hi,
she's my
Tshidi.
human.
It's Alpha. I just want to express gratitude to you for simply being the kind of
My
manager
other
that
kid.
you are. I mean, I walked into the Eyewitness News newsroom as a 20-year-old about 3 years ago. And since then, you've devoted so much of your time to nurturing me, holding my hand, guiding me, and leading me. And you haven't stopped doing that over the past 3 years. And I mean, one thing I'm grateful for is that you don't only care about our career trajectory, but our personal lives as well, our personal well-beings. I mean, you notice when Tabiso and I are not okay, maybe from whatever we're going through in our personal lives, and you tend to offer us time off just so we can recover from whatever we're going through, be it exhaustion or whatever it is. And it's not a lot of people, it's not a lot of journalists who have such a manager. And I just want to say thank you for everything that you've done for us. I mean, we can call you at about midnight, 3 a.m., and we know for a fact you'll answer our phone at any given time. It just speaks to how committed you are to nurturing the people who work under you or who you work with. And
that's so beautiful. These are your
These
babies.
are my babies. These are literally my babies. I mean, Matlo is my human, as you know. She came after my mother's death. She's special as my niece. But Alpha and Tabiso I'm very protective of them, and I think you've seen it. And he's right. I probably am a headache because they fight me a lot. But I care about them. I think they're incredibly talented. They're so committed, and that's where my other drive is now. I'm watching the next generation of journalists, and it's remarkable. It's almost like a gift. I have to thank Spoo and Nisa for gifting me these two talents. I work with other people, but I am very much enamored by what I see when I see these two people in our newsroom and what they do and their hunger for themselves. I'm very impressed.
Hello, bestie Westie. Hey, friend. Look at who's being profiled today. I'm sure it took a lot of convincing from Abuzonke to agree to do this interview and being profiled. I know what you're like, my friend. But you deserve it. You truly deserve it. You've done incredibly well for yourself, career-wise. Look at you now. Contributing political editor, voice of reason, the one who did it on behalf of the country. Siyabulela kakhulu. But for those people who have never met Tshidi, I want to tell you that if there's somebody that you want in your corner, to fight in your corner, it is Tshidi. Perhaps maybe the most loyal person that I've ever met. And she continues to, just shower you with love, compliments, and sometimes call you out because she's brave enough to do that. And that's the type of friend that we all want. We want the type of friend that can tell you that, hey, listen, you are now off the rail. We need to get you back onto the rail. And excuse me, and Tshidi is that person for me, for our friends, and I think her other circle of friends as well. But I want to say this to you, my friend. I love you so much. And thank you so much for living up to your name. And Uritsidise.
Yep.
Whenever we need that. And in my last few weeks of difficulty, thank you so much for holding my hand. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's my yeah, oh sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
Go ahead. It's your show. You've taken over. You're on a back announced voice notes now. That's Tshidi's friend, Aldrin Sampiera. Yeah, that's really who you are, though.
I was gonna say that's my calling.
That's your calling,
I was born out of grief, and the purpose has always actually been there to be for people in my family and beyond. So when I hear that from my circle, I'll always be that. I'm always in your corner. I'll always be about you. I'll always be there for my people.
Yeah. 7 minutes before 11.
Hanging out with Clement
on 702.
Let's walk the talk.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe time is almost up. The biggest question people have been asking is, are you married?
Clement, you can answer that question without even my assistance.
Are you partnered?
It's complicated.
The situation she there.
Who
complicated?
But the door's wide open. Like how now no car made it to my dad's place, so it's complicated. But
I can't believe. So there are people on the YouTube line. Like someone from Germany in Munich says Clement told Tshidi. She's got a fan, a big fan here in Germany.
Thank you.
Someone says, "Oh, it's so great to see Tshidi. What a powerful woman. We love her insights always." What do you still want to do?
Ooh.
You're studying now. I mean, you've been threatening to go back to school. Well, I've been doing that myself. I was threatening
and then I did it.
Yeah, but
it's
for how many years?
Me, but I'm
for 4 years, it's like, I'm going. But you're doing it now.
I'm so overwhelmed by it every day. When I was coming back from Washington, I bumped into a professor at the airport who wanted pictures. And I said to him, this is not what you should be asking of me, to take pictures of me. You should be asking, how can you help me? I'm worried about my schooling at the moment. I'd like to see that actually take proper shape, my academic career take proper shape. I also want to go into, I need to write. I've also been threatening a book. I've been working on and off on a book. I need to actually get it over the line. I don't know if it's going to take me 100 years, but that's one of the things I'd like to do.
I can't wait to read that book, absolutely. Let's wrap up with some WhatsApp voice notes.
Hi, this is Eloise from Mauritius here. I am always crushing on Tshidi. I love her. I listen to her whenever she's on the radio. I love it when she does the news. I listen to her if she's on the midday report. I listen to her podcast, Politricking. I think she is the most awesome political journalist, and I crush on her big time.
Out Tshidi, out Tshidi, out Tshidi, out Tshidi Madia. I'm a sister. What do you say, Joe? Blind. Keep it up, sweetheart. Lovely spirit.
Good morning, Clement and Tshidi. Tshidi, are you with us? Kaiser Chiefs fans?
Oh.
Please tell us, because we know Bongani and Clement, they are openly Orlando Pirates fans. So which club are you actually? Tell us. Thank you, Pat here.
And think very carefully about your answer.
I'm sorry, Pat. Nobody's with you.
Yeah.
Nobody. Chiefs, Glamour Boys, no, that's not me. I'm sorry. I actually go back and forth, which is really weird, between Pirates and Sundowns. Don't ask me why and how, but these are the two parties. I have a cousin who works for Sundowns. Ria works for Sundowns, so I definitely, and my family, my brother loves Sundowns, so I gravitate towards them. But I also love the Iron Duke, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of weirdly followed my career. It's a very weird story between him and I, but Ivan Cause has followed my career as somebody I do adore, and because of that, I have an allegiance towards Pirates. Never Chiefs, Soze.
Yeah. Who would you still like to interview? You've interviewed almost everyone. I mean, you've interviewed the president,
all of them,
Mbeki, all of them, Jacob Zuma, Cyril Ramaphosa, Kgalema. Who would you still want to interview locally? And who internationally?
Internationally, I'd love to sit down and messy sit down with Trump.
Yeah.
I thrive in chaos. I would love to take Trump on. Locally, I would really
I know
like
who? The Iron Duke.
Yeah, I've interviewed him before, actually, but I'd like him about his life.
Yeah.
And he knows that. He knows that's how I feel. I think I've told him before, I'd love for him to take me up on that offer. Yeah. I've gone to that Houghton office looking for him. I definitely love the Ivan Kosa story.
Yeah. Well, Tshidi Madia, thank you so much for making time. Listeners are begging me to continue this conversation to another hour, but unfortunately we can't. because we've got the Thursday dialogue coming up. But thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate your work. We appreciate your brilliance. Thank you for always being available to also just let me drag you in studio and, and abuse you and your insights. We really appreciate you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
It's 11 o'clock.